Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Yaakov Baruch is in Manado, Indonesia, which is 9,229 miles away from Jerusalem. How are you doing, Yaakov? What's going on?
Baruch Hashem,
In Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken, you're not allowed to announce that you're Jewish. You have to keep that confidential. What's that like?
Right. Because the government only recognizes 6 religions, and then there is a funny things that we need to choose from that 6 religion to put in our ID card.
Wow. So what religion does it say on your ID card?
Well, because I live in the Christian area, I put Christian. And for the other Jews who live in the Muslim area, they put Islam.
Wow. That must be a huge challenge. And how many Jews are there living in Indonesia?
Now we have less than about between 20, 30 people.
Is that all in Manado?
No, that's a whole Indonesia actually.
Wow. So you've got some Jewish community in Jakarta and some in Manado?
Yes. And then we have now more locals who join the community. They do the giur. So now the community have more active because of these locals.
So I can see you're wearing a kippah on your head. You're an observant Jew. How are you able to live as a Jew in a country where you can't even announce that you're Jewish? How do you keep kosher food? How do you keep Shabbat, kashrut? All the challenges of living a life as a Jew. How do you manage?
Yeah, it's a very interesting. First of all, I'm not wearing kippah in the public in some place. I cover it with other hats. And for kashrut, we do our own shehita. I do for the chicken and for the goat. Sometimes it's more easier for the Jews in Jakarta or in Bali get a kosher meat from Australia or Singapore.
Do your own shechita. Obviously, fruits and vegetables and fish is not a problem.
Of course.
And that's unbelievable. And tell me, why do you still stay in Indonesia? Why would you not move to Israel or leave the country? Why don't you move on?
Well, for myself, I'm taking a Bet Knesset here. For the other Jews, they already make Aliyah from a few years ago. And some Jews went to Europe or America. But for myself, I have, you can say I'm dedicated myself to take care of the synagogue here.
Do you have a family? Are you married? Do you have kids?
Yes, I'm married with the 2 kids.
What's their names?
This is my wife, Ernie. And then my son, Levi Yitzchak, and my daughter, Rachel Hannah.
Unbelievable. What a lovely family. And how do you educate them? How do you give them a Jewish education?
Yeah, I'm teaching them every day. Of course, only at home. They go to the public school, but they got the Jewish education at home.
Tell me about your family background. Were your parents observant? Where were your parents originally from? How many generations have they been living in Indonesia?
Okay. For my father's side, they're Indonesian. And then my grandmother actually was a Dutch Jew. She married an Indonesian man as well. And then came my mother. My mother married another Indonesian. And then came me. I'm the only son in the family.
So tell me more about Jewish life in Indonesia, because you said there are 30 people living there. Do you get to practice like Passover? Do you get to practice festivals? Where do you get like matzah from? Tell me a little bit about Jewish existence in Indonesia.
Of course, we make a Seder from many years ago. We used to have help from Chabad if we do in Jakarta or in Bali and in Manado also. We always get the matzah from overseas. We are from friends, mostly from Chabad's friends. We observe the high holidays as well. When we do the Yom Kippur, we usually have visitors from Israel or from the Jews who expat Jews. And we do the Hanukkah. It's interesting because we not do it in the winter atmosphere. We do it in the tropical atmosphere. So no snow at all. And it's quite hot to light the Hanukkah, sometimes next to the beach or sometimes in the public place. We try the best to maintain the Yiddishkeit or the Judaism here.
Do you have any unique customs in your community?
Most of us, we are Sephardic from Spanish and Portuguese. We need to have a Sephardic from the Iraq backgrounds. So we try the best to keep it here because we live in it's really Far East Asia. It's like you live in a jungle. You don't have a mohel. So we try the best to keep
So
it.
how did you do a Brit Milah on your son when your son was born?
Yeah, we do it in the hospital, but with with the kiddush things, all the ritual, with the talit. But the one who make it is the doctor.
Do you experience any anti-Semitism in Indonesia?
Yes, actually. When I was working with my wife in Jakarta, when she was pregnant, actually, our first son, we got attacked by a few Indonesian Arabs guy who saw me working with kippah and tzitzit. They tried to attack me in the front of my wife, but Baruch Hashem, there's a security came to rescue me, so it's fine on the time.
Do you have any unique foods from Indonesia on your Shabbat table? Any special foods?
Yeah, we have a grilled fish.
Amazing.
Also, Indonesian salad. It's called gado-gado. That's the only food can use for 2 days. Also, tuna. We have a tuna salad. We have because we live in island. We have a lot of tuna factory here. They send the mashgiach to make the kosher things from Europe here, from Israel.
Wow.
So we have a kosher tuna here.
Can you say Shabbat Shalom for us in Indonesian?
Selamat Sabat.
And in terms of mikvah for family purity, does your wife have access to a mikvah?
Yeah, we do, but we do it in the sea or sometimes in the pool.
If I was to ask you in one sentence, what does it mean to be a Jew? What would you say?
To fulfill what Hashem wants from us when He called it our ancestor and gave Torah in the Har Sinai. So we need to, as their descendant, we need to observe all the law.
I'm inspired speaking to you. This is just incredible. You're all the way on the other side of the world, on an island in Indonesia, looking after the synagogue, keeping Jewish life, shechita, mikvah, Shabbat, kashrut. It's just very, very inspiring. Where we live, it's so easy to live a Jewish life. But for you, it's so much struggles. You're not even allowed to publicly say that you're Jewish. It's unbelievable.
It's not easy. But I feel like Ner Tamid, you know, I need to keep all the lights still burning on to do it here. Otherwise, if the fire is off, then also the Yiddish cat will be off, right?
How many people do you get in your synagogue on a Shabbat?
On Shabbat, we have like 8 or 9 men.
You need 10. We need to find a number 10 for your minyan.
I know exactly, right.
What message do you have for Jews around the world?
My message is only one, that as a Jew, we should take care one another, because Jews live, we live every place. We face a hard experience with the rising of the anti-Semitism, and we need to become one without see people from what their backgrounds, what they race, because we are one people and one faith.
Yaakov Baruch, thank you so much for the opportunity.